In the heart of Japanese mythology, there exists a god whose fiery passion and raw power embody the fierce forces of nature, Susanoo, the god of storms. A deity of both destruction and renewal, Susanoo's story is as tempestuous as the storms he commands. From his tumultuous birth to his eventual redemption, his tale reveals the duality of nature and the lessons it offers. The tale of Susanoo begins in the very depths of the cosmos. He is one of the 3 children born to the revered gods Izanagi and Izanami, alongside his siblings Amaterasu, the sun goddess, and Tsukuyomi, the moon god. Unlike his serene sister Amaterasu, Susanoo's birth was marked by chaos. According to the myth, when Izanagi tried to cleanse himself after his visit to the underworld, he created 3 gods from his purification: Amaterasu from his left eye, Tsukuyomi from his right, and Susanoo from his nose. The newborn Susanoo's first moments were filled with tempestuousness. From the very beginning he was unruly, reflecting the stormy nature of his power. He would become known for his unpredictable and explosive temper, often clashing with his divine siblings, particularly Amaterasu. His behavior grew so erratic that in time, the once pure forces of the world began to fear him. Susanoo's domain was the skies, the storms, and the oceans. As the god of storms, he possessed immense powers. He could summon fierce winds, lightning, and thunder with a mere gesture, and his tempests were feared by both mortals and gods alike. His connection to the sea also gave him control over the waves and the creatures within it. The ocean, with its unpredictable tides and violent swells, was a perfect extension of Susanoo's character, both beautiful and dangerous. But Susanoo's abilities were not limited to destructive forces. He was also associated with creation and protection. One of his most famous feats was saving the people of the land from a terrible serpent. The creature, known as Orochi, was an 8-headed dragon that demanded sacrifices from a village. The people had already lost several daughters to this fearsome beast, and their final hope lay with Susanoo. Without hesitation, the god confronted Orochi, lured it into a trap, and slayed it with his mighty sword, Kusanagi no Tsurugi. From the serpent's body, Susanoo found the sacred sword, which would later become one of the 3 imperial regalia of Japan. This heroic act exemplifies another aspect of Susanoo's nature. Though he could be wrathful, he could also bring salvation. His duality, the balance between destruction and creation, is what made him a complex figure in Japanese mythology. Where there is a storm, there is also the potential for calm, and where there is destruction, there is the possibility for renewal. Susanoo's story is also marked by the ongoing tension between him and his sister Amaterasu, the radiant goddess of the sun. Their rivalry reached a dramatic peak when Susanoo, in a fit of rage, disrupted the heavenly rice fields of his sister. In retaliation, he threw a dead horse into her sacred hall, causing it to spill blood, an act so outrageous that Amaterasu withdrew into her cave, plunging the world into darkness. The earth's deities were desperate, the crops began to wither, and the world was left in chaos. The gods gathered and devised a plan to coax Amaterasu out of her cave. A mirror was placed outside the entrance, and the gods began to dance and sing with such joyous abandon that Amaterasu's curiosity was piqued. When she peeked out from the cave, she was entranced by her own reflection in the mirror, and the gods seized the moment to pull her out and restore light to the world. In this myth, Susanoo's actions demonstrate the destructive potential of unchecked emotions. His anger, though it had catastrophic consequences, ultimately led to a critical turning point. His rivalry with Amaterasu brought about the restoration of balance. In this way, Susanoo's fiery temper indirectly contributed to a return of order and peace. The lesson here is clear: emotions, especially anger, can cause destruction, but they can also lead to change and growth when directed appropriately. After the great conflict with Amaterasu, Susanoo's actions were met with punishment. The gods exiled him from the heavens, and he descended to the mortal world. In his exile, Susanoo sought redemption for his past deeds and took on a new role as a protector and healer. His wanderings led him to the land of Izumo, where he encountered a family of grieving mortals. Their daughter Kushinada-hime was to be sacrificed to the monstrous serpent, Orochi. However, by using his cunning and strength, Susanoo once again vanquished the beast, saving the girl and restoring her family's honor. During this time, Susanoo also taught the people how to grow rice, an essential crop in Japanese culture. His association with the sea and agriculture reinforced his role as a deity of both destruction and nurturing. Even in exile, Susanoo showed that redemption was possible. through acts of creation and compassion. Susanoo's legacy lives on as a god whose influence extends across both the celestial and mortal realms. His storms are both terrifying and awe-inspiring, representing the primal forces of nature that humanity cannot control. Yet, like the storms, Susanoo's lessons remind us that chaos can give rise to new beginnings. His journey speaks to the human experience, how we navigate the storms within ourselves, how we cope with our own tempests, and how we too can seek redemption. Susanoo's story offers several valuable lessons. First, it teaches us about the dangers of unchecked emotions, as Susanoo's anger led to destructive consequences. But it also shows us that redemption is possible, and that even after great turmoil, there is always a chance for renewal. Moreover, it teaches us the importance of balance. The destructive force of a storm can also be a catalyst for growth, just as the quiet after a storm often brings clarity and understanding. In the end, Susanoo is not just a god of destruction, but a god of transformation, reminding us that from chaos, order can emerge. The storm may rage, but after the winds settle, there is always the possibility for a brighter dawn.
If you seek wisdom, why not get it from a god? Subscribe to learn our lessons, and thank you for watching. Lessons from the Gods.